Hey everybody, D Amazing here. Happy holidays. Just want to welcome you guys to a quick review of the Mafex Iron Man Mark 45 from Age of Ultron. Gonna bust it out for the holiday season. Let it rock, let it rock. First off, I want to start by saying visually the piece is amazing, but it has many flaws, so let's get into it. First and foremost, I was actually fooled before I actually read the instructions. And most figures nowadays barely even come with instructions. They let you just play with the toy and acknowledge it. But what's really cool, and I'm gonna point it out, is that his mechanism folds up in the arm, so it makes it look like his arms are actually too short, like the wrapper. But instead, you have to push down at the back of the the elbow pad, and it folds out, which is really cool because it's like a folding arm technology, and that's dope. But it definitely had me fooled, and I was quite disappointed in the beginning until like I sat down and read the instructions, and now we're okay. Now, as far as articulation goes, and this one is a weird one because I skipped out on the 43 for the simple sake of I just got enough Iron Man to begin with. But the Mark 45 was delayed so long I actually forgot that I had it. So it uses this pull-out method with Hot Toys, like it does here, where you can actually pull it out. You can see the rivets on the inside and the machinery. You can get tons of articulation going out. It can rotate back and forth. It goes up and goes down. It rotates 360 degrees. Plus there's bicep swivel, and now you actually have a better rotation of the forearm joint. You can't rotate it though, so that sucks. The elbow pad's actually connected to the actual arm and not the body of the character. And what's really cool but also weird is that you get the, let me take it off. You actually get these little elbow pads. Well, sorry, I don't know why, just all over the place. But instead of not elbow pads, but you get these wrist gauntlets that you would get for the old SHF stuff, and now the Mark III. But the only problem is they're cool and they allow you to do a little bit more. They hinder mobility on the wrist joint of the actual figure. So when you rotate it, it's really sort of tight or hindering, like you just can't move it. So that's one downside. The other being is that because it's a Mafex, everything is literally hit or miss. And with mine, I got this. Tons of this. So this is a huge, huge letdown considering I want something a little bit more, sturdy. But part of that goes into the reasons for the fact that the articulation that they use for this, because it has no upper torso, they created a new form of articulation for the character in the figure, which goes on to be like this. It pulls up in 3 sections. It's weird, it looks like some sort of crazy machination, and it looks like it's going to turn into some alien weaponry. It looks cool, except when you try to do something with it, it's like, what am I doing with myself? And the reason for that being is that it gets tons of articulation going forward. It allows Iron Man to do his infamous pose where pretty much he's crouching down, doing the crouching down 3-point stance, all that cool stuff. Problem being is that it still looks really ugly. I'm okay with it looking ugly as long as it looks good in photos, but the problem being is that most of the stuff is still very visible during photos, and it's tough to try to take a shot when your entire ass crack is showing. Look, Iron Man's just out here giving up goodies to everyone. You can see everything. This is a huge, gigantic gap. It's certain things where I'm just like, hey, this doesn't matter. I can hide it. I can't hide this. This is like knowing the town hoe is out to get you. There's no stopping her. This is bad. But overall, streamlining the figure, nice clicks, nice sounds, it all looks great. In terms of leg articulation, Iron Man has the pull down drop method, which is used by most figures nowadays. And he has great rotation here. There's no ankle pivot, which sucks, but he has got gigantic feet to lessen that out. Also, they use some really cool mechanized joint here, which folds in to help with some really extra bit of articulation that he can get. Seems cool in the beginning until you realize it also helps the figure get really flimsy very quickly. Although this figure looks really dope, mechanics-wise, it's just a complete letdown because it allows the figure to just be sincerely just a piece of crap. If this figure actually held together a lot better, I'd be a lot happier. But considering that it doesn't, there's too many things and too many problems. But standing still, it looks absolutely great, assuming he'll stand. So like I said, it looks great. There's too many mechanics problems. Now, talking about what he comes with, and here's one of the things that you got excited for when you saw it in the promo shots. There's a cool Tony Stark head. It actually looks like Tony Stark. Mafex actually got something done really well, and it looks really good. That being said, it's not worth the price tag of the figure. I'm just completely let down. Because although it's a nice figure, considering the price tag that it came with, I'm completely let down. You know, I got a Tony Stark head, and I still got a flimsy, really flimsy, but really nice looking Mafex Marvel Legend, in my opinion. And don't get me twisted, the Marvel Legend is nice. But for what I pay for, I expect a little more. Especially considering I want the figure to stand. And that's something Marvel Legends actually has over Mafex. I don't have to worry about my figure standing. Like I said, looks really good. Only issue being that it doesn't stand. Now, Iron Man actually comes with a few hands and accessories, one being the repulsor hand, and I've already attached the effect part, because the effect part you use on 2 separate hands. So you have flight hands, which come with the effect part holder. Then you actually have the normal hands, which doesn't come with anything at all. So you just see it in flight, and you can see him doing flight poses. Then there's normal repulsor hands. I already put the effect on, so I can show you guys. And then there are repulsor hands without it. So you can make him look like he's doing Hadouken or Kamehameha. The usual stuff. Also, that being said, it comes with repulsor effects for the feet, for rocket thrusters, you know, to overall look cool. They look good standing in the figure. They look good overall. Mafex did a great job of adding features to the figure, except they didn't make the figure look and do too well. It's tough for me to make it stand. It's tough for me to make it look good in photos. But if it's standing still, it's an absolute beauty. Overall, I was completely let down. And considering the price tag, I want to say avoid this figure unless you're a huge Iron Man fan. Then I would say go out and get it. Also, if you know how to mod figures, this would totally be a challenge. But once modded, I feel like this can be an excellent figure. Mafex has a few more chances before I completely drop the line just out of it altogether. But overall, I just don't know what to say anymore. In comparison to other figures, this Iron Man actually works out scale-wise a little bit better. He's taller, like Iron Man is supposed to be in armor, with the exception that Iron Man is actually really short in real life. So this is him next to Marvel Legends and Mezco. This is him next to the SHF Mark 45. I'm actually going to pull it back a bit. Didn't realize I was running out. Again, that's part of the issue. This is him next to his SHF counterpart, which has a more metallic paint job. It's a bit smaller, but overall it actually does get the job done in my opinion. Just a tad bit smaller, as you can see in terms of it. And this is them all next to Thor. So you can see size-wise, it actually looks pretty good. It does shape up a lot better than the SHF, considering they're a tad bit smaller. And what it looks like, in my opinion, is that Mafex is actually aiming more towards looking to do well with the Marvel Legends and Mezco stuff. They want to beat in a certain scale. So, I don't even know what to tell you guys. Normally, I tell you guys to go out and grab a figure, but with this one, I'm so unsure. If you get a chance and you still want an Iron Man, I would say go out and grab it. If not, I'm so in the mix about this one. Overall, though, if you're an Iron Man fan, you can't miss it unless you absolutely want to miss it. But me, I would avoid it for the price tag it's at. It's hard to take a $75, $85 hit and then for the figure to be flimsy. It just shouldn't be that way. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoy the holidays. I hope you have a nice full heart and a full stomach, and you drink plenty of water. Make sure you exercise and get it all done. And enjoy, guys. Be full. Be good. Later. Real quick, I want to retract my statement about the ankle pivot. It does have it. Turns out you have to pull really hard and wiggle it out, and the foot latch can reach out, and then now you can give it ankle pivot. Still though, can't recommend it for the price tag it's at. It's just flimsy. But I wanted to fix my statement about it not having, ankle pivot. But it does. It does.